My parents married me off to a poor man, but they never knew what I would become. My name is Aaliyah Shah. I was born and raised in America, but my life was not as free as it seemed from the outside. People saw that a Muslim girl lives in the West. They thought I had choices, but they did not know the truth. Sometimes, your biggest cage is not society, it is your own home. The day my life was decided, I was 19 when my parents called me into the room. My father wasted no time. "Aaliyah, we have found a good match for you." My heart sank. I was not asked, I was informed. The boy I never chose. He was not a bad man, but he was not my choice. He came from a poor family, no stability, no vision, no ambition, just survival. And my parents said something I will never forget. "Money doesn't matter. Respect does." I remained silent because in my world, silence was obedience. The wedding that felt like a goodbye. My wedding day didn't feel like a dream. It felt like an ending. Everyone was smiling, but inside me, something was slowly breaking. When I left my house, I didn't just leave my room. I left my dreams behind, or at least, that's what I thought. A new home, a new reality. His house was small, simple, almost empty, but poverty didn't bother me. What bothered me was the emptiness in the people. My husband barely spoke. My in-laws silently judged me. Every move I made, every word I said, felt like it was being measured. Losing myself slowly. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. It became my routine. Wake up, cook, clean, serve, sleep, repeat. I stopped recognizing myself. I stopped feeling like a person. I became just someone exists. The night that changed me. One night, after everyone was asleep, I sat alone in the dark, and I asked myself something I had been avoiding. Is this my life now? And for the first time, I didn't lie to myself. Yes, unless you change it. That night, I didn't cry. I made a decision. The silent beginning. I didn't tell anyone. Not my husband. Not my parents. I started small. An old phone, free internet, and a broken but determined mind. I started learning online skills, digital work, the basics of business. At first, it felt impossible. I was exhausted, mentally drained, emotionally empty, but I kept going because something inside me whispered, "This is your path." Faith and strength. There were nights I wanted to quit, nights I felt alone, nights I questioned everything. But then I would pray ... and remind myself, Allah sees what no one sees. And that gave me strength. Because even if no one believed in me ... I knew my effort wasn't hidden. My first income. Months later, it happened. My first income. It wasn't big, but to me, it was everything. Proof that I wasn't trapped. Proof that I was still in control. I held my phone ... and tears started streaming down my face. But this time, they weren't tears of pain. They were tears of strength. No one noticed the change. On the outside, nothing had changed.
I was still the same quiet girl, still doing all the work, still following the routine. But inside, I was changing. I stopped expecting love, stopped waiting for validation, stopped depending on anyone, because I felt something powerful. No one is coming to save you. The first sign of resistance. One day, my husband noticed. "You've changed," he said. I stayed calm. "I'm just focusing on myself." He didn't like it, because control was slipping. Fear turns into power. Before, I would have been scared, but not now, because I had something I'd never had before. Freedom. Not complete, but growing. And that changes everything. The hidden fire. While they slept, I worked. While they doubted, I improved. While they ignored me, I built something real. Slowly, quietly, powerfully. The truth comes out. The day I got scared finally came. It was a normal afternoon. I was in the kitchen, working quietly, when suddenly my husband walked in, holding my phone. My heart stopped. He looked at me, not confused, but angry. "What is this?" he asked. His voice was sharp, cold. The moment of exposure. My screen was open. Payments, clients, messages, everything. The secret I had guarded for months, now in his hands. For a moment, the old Aaliyah inside me woke up. The scared girl, silent, the one who avoided a fight. But then, I remembered something. I'm not that anymore. First stance, I looked him straight in the eye, calm, unwavering. "This is my job," I said. Silence fell over the room. He hadn't expected this. Not from me. Not from the girl who never spoke back. Explosion. His anger was growing. "You don't have to work," he said. "I'm here, I provide." But I knew the truth. He barely did. And even if he had, it wasn't about the money anymore. It was about me. The words that changed everything. For the first time since marriage, I wasn't silent. "I'm not asking for permission," I said. "I'm telling." That sentence was a declaration of war. The house turned against me. That night, everything changed. My in-laws found out. The whispers turned into accusations. "A good wife doesn't do that. Who gave you this freedom? You've changed a lot." Yes, I had changed. And that was the problem. Emotional breaking point. That night, I sat alone again. Just like before. But this time, the pain was different. Not helpless. Not weak. Just heavy. I thought about my parents. The same people who forced this life on me. Did they know what I was doing? Did they care? Unexpected cool twist. As I sat there, my phone rang. It was my dad. For a moment, I froze. Then I picked it up. "Aaliyah, we heard something," he said. His tone was serious. "Is that true?" Then I said, "Yes." The reaction I never expected. I thought he would get angry. I thought he would stop me. But instead, he said something that shocked me. "If you're going to do something, do it right." I couldn't believe it. The same man who had made decisions about my life without asking me. "You're working." I remained silent. Was now telling me to take control of it. The feeling. That moment hit me hard. Sometimes, people don't change because they understand you. They change because they finally see you. The final push. But my husband? He hadn't changed. "If you keep this up, things won't be the same," he warned. I looked at him, and for the first time, I wasn't afraid of losing him, because I'd already lost myself once, and I wasn't going to do it again. The turning point. The days went by. The tension grew. The arguments grew. But so did my strength. And then, I had a chance. A big one. A stable remote job. Real income. Real freedom. The hardest decision. That night, I couldn't sleep. I thought about everything. My parents, my marriage, my struggles, my growth. And then I asked myself, will I stay and survive, or leave and survive? The answer The next morning, I made my decision. Calm, clear. Finally, I'm taking this chance, I said. Breaking point climax. He got angry, louder than before. This house or your job. Choose one. Silence. Intense silence. This was the moment that defines life. Choice. I looked at him, not with anger, not with hatred, but with clarity. I choose myself. Getting out. I didn't pack much, just what I needed. No drama, no screaming, no tears, just one last look at home. He tried to break me, and I got out. A new beginning. The world outside wasn't easy, but it was mine. Every struggle, every success, every step belonged to me. The final revenge. Months later, I wasn't just surviving. I was winning, earning, growing, alive, and the same people who once doubted me started to hear about me, talking about me, respecting me. The message. I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I didn't beg. I just became someone. They could never ignore me again. Ending line powerful. They tried to control my life, so I took control, and that was my biggest revenge.
Thank you.